let's go ahead and look at our problem of the day. And I've done some annotations so that we can help with our reading. Kara is thinking of a rectangle with an area of 12 square feet. Use the grid below to create 3 different shapes that Kara could be thinking of. Which shapes of the 3 different shapes has the greatest perimeter? So first, if we're going to try to create 3 different shapes in which we know they're rectangles with an area of 12 square feet, we need to ask ourselves, how do we figure out area? Say it to your screen. You might remember from the last lesson. Great. We can find area by multiplying length times width. And I like to use my cursive L so that I don't confuse my L's with my 1's. But we also have a way to find perimeter, which is something we also have to do in this problem. How can we find perimeter? Say it to your screen. Great. We can find perimeter by adding width plus length plus length, because perimeter is the total distance around and area is the space that the shape takes up inside. Great. Now, when we're thinking about area and we're thinking about multiplying length times width, if our area needs to be 12 square feet, what do we need to think about when we're trying to make a rectangle? Say it to your screen. Great. Since we're multiplying length times width to find area, we need to think about 2 side lengths or 2 factors that when multiplied equal 12. So we're going to use our multiplication today. So let's think about some factors of 12 and some rectangles that you might have drawn. Well, I know one way of making 12 is 1 times 12. So you might have drawn a rectangle that has a length of 1 and a width of 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And might look something like this. So for this rectangle, we have a length of 1 and a width of 12. So we can calculate area of this first rectangle by multiplying 1 times 12, which is 12 square units, or in this case, 12 square feet, like the problem says. When we calculate perimeter, we need to remember that opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So the width is 1 plus 1 plus 12 plus 12. So for this rectangle, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 12 plus 12 is 24. And 2 plus 24 is 26 feet. So now we have a rectangle with an area of 12 square feet and a perimeter of 26 feet. What's another way we can make 12? Say it to your screen. That's right. I can think of other ways to make 12 by thinking of 2 factors. I also know that 2 times 6 is 12. So if a rectangle has a length of 2, 1, 2, and a width of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it might look something like this. Length of 2, width of 6, and again, we can calculate area by multiplying length times width. So 2 times 6 equals 12 square feet. The perimeter would be width plus width, which is 2 plus 2, plus length plus length, 6 plus 6. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 6 plus 6 is 12. So 4 plus 12 is 16 feet. Great. So our problem says we need to find 3. We found 2. What's another way we can make 12? Interesting. We know that 3 times 4 makes 12. So we can draw a rectangle that has a length of 3 and a width of 4. Length of 3, width of 4. Again, we can find area by multiplying length times width, or 3 times 4. And we can find the perimeter by adding width plus width, 3 plus 3, plus length plus length, 4 plus 4. 3 plus 3 is 6, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So the perimeter for this purple square is 6 plus 8, which is 14 feet. So we created 3 rectangles that have an area of 12. Same area. But they have different perimeters. In our last lesson, we had rectangles that had the same perimeter, or the total distance around, but had different areas. Today, we're switching that up. So we can say that again, just like yesterday, there can be dimensions that when multiplied are different, like yesterday, or like today, when multiplied are the same, in this case 12. But when we add them together, we get a different perimeter, or a different total distance around. The problem said which shape of the 3 different shapes has the greatest perimeter. So now we need to compare the perimeters of all 3 shapes. We have 26 feet, 16 feet, and 14 feet. We can say that this first one is rectangle A, and this one is rectangle B, and this one is rectangle C. So which one has the greatest shape, or the greatest perimeter? Say it out loud. Great job. That's right. Rectangle A has the greatest perimeter because 26 feet is greater than 16 feet and greater than 14 feet. So, rectangle A has the greatest perimeter. We can also see that rectangle A is the longest rectangle. So we might think that it has the longest total distance around the shape. So today, we just learned that shapes can have the same area and different perimeter.